Peace and love. So I'm doing more than one video a day with this series so I can wrap up this series and go into some other stuff that I want to go into. So today we are going to discuss the number two person. People born on the second of a month, the 11th, but I'm going to do a separate visit video for people born on the 11th of a month, but this would also pertain to you as well. Um, so people born, sorry, I'm just checking something. On the 2nd, the 11th, um, or the 20th of a month, or people who have the number two vibration in their numerological chart in some capacity. This may pertain to you. So, the higher vibration or the higher frequency of people who are born under the number two. Hmm. Let's get into these twos, y'all. Two people, number two people. Two people are usually very kind people, a lot of times. Very easy to get along with, at least at first. Very kind, giving, sweet people. A lot of them are great listeners, love to be comforting type of people, excellent companions, great with partnership, and they play their part when with other people. A lot of times they don't mind playing the background with certain things. They don't always need to be at the forefront. Two is a water number, so it's a very sensitive energy, very sensitive, very emotional energy, but very a lot of times very empathic. A lot of twos are empathic, very intuitive. They feel things and they know things because they feel things. To me, a lot of twos that I've come across have vivid dreams, they have visions and different things like that. Two is some people consider two as a healing number, as a number of people who have natural healing and counseling capabilities. Two is a very beautiful energy kind of number on its higher vibration. Twos like peace, they like balance. Think about a scale, got two sides, right? But on the lower vibration, you got two sides. So on the lower vibration, the lower frequency of a number two person can be very deceptive, tricky, um, gullible. A lot of twos are very compassionate and sweet and kind. And not to be funny, but they have like a Captain Save a Hole kind of complex to them. They love to help others. They're just natural helpers of others, natural givers, naturally kind, but people take advantage of them a lot of times because they're that good friend. They're that kind, giving person. People sometimes will take advantage of them and their kindness and try to be deceptive towards them, try to take advantage and really kind of succubus their energy, really drain their energy. So twos have to be very careful not to allow people to drain their energy um, and to take advantage of them. Two people are also avid researchers. If there's anything that a number two person likes or is interested in, they will research it down to a fucking T. You hear me? They will research it down. Anything they could find on the subject, they will look into and they will look up. And so when a number two person, in my opinion, is really heavily into something, a lot of times they know their shit. They know their shit. If it's something that they're really passionate about. Um, Number two people on the lower vibration now, they tend to struggle with their throat chakra, in my opinion. They don't speak up all the time. They don't speak up about issues or things that bother them or things that have happened, because that duality. Think of in Christianity and certain religions, they talk of speaking with a forked tongue. That's where the deception of the number two can come in. Some of them could live double lives, can have their own hidden agendas behind the kindness. You see what I'm saying? They could be the type that present themselves one way, but have a whole nother side to themselves that's hidden. You see what I'm saying? Forked tongue. Um, they don't always speak up about things because they tend to second guess themselves about stuff and not always trust their intuition, even though their intuition is strong. Because for some, if a two is not an evolved two, it's easy to kind of deceive them. They don't know who to trust. They don't know which way to go because they can see both sides of something. They have the capacity and the ability to see two sides of something. So it's difficult for them sometimes to make decisions. It's difficult for them sometimes to weigh when to speak up and when they should and when they shouldn't. Twos in astrology can be considered connected to um, Taurus, because Taurus is the ruler of the second house. Can also be considered connected to Libra. In numerology, two is connected to Cancer. And twos can also be considered, in a way, connected to Aquarian energy, at least in the Gregorian calendar, because it's the second month. Um, but twos sometimes struggle with making decisions. And if it's a number two who has opposition in their numerology, say, for example, it's a number two with nine energy or a lot of nine energy, there can be this tug of war in themselves because nine is a fire energy and it's at opposition with two. Two is a water energy. So the opposition, they don't know when to go off or when to be calm and quiet. And when things, if it's a person with two and a nine in their, or that's very strong in their numerology, they can struggle with, how would I say this? They struggle emotionally. When something affects them emotionally, they can lash out and release the fire. You see what I'm saying? Number twos, from a health standpoint, twos, because it's a water number, they need to drink lots of water. Lots of water on a consistent basis. Of course, lots of water means different for different people. You have some people that say drink a gallon a day. You actually should drink the amount of water depending on your body weight and your size. Some people can drink a gallon, some people can drink 2 gallons, some people don't need a gallon. But it's important for twos to drink a lot of water, because it's a water number, and also because a lot of twos have natural healing capabilities. So water is the conduit, it's a conduit that helps to go through different dimensions and through different realms. So they need that water energy. In addition to that, twos tend to have a very sensitive digestive tract. They should not eat just anything or have a horrible diet. It will affect them in ways that they wouldn't even imagine. And they cannot eat from just anybody. If someone has funny energy or negative intentions towards a two, they shouldn't eat their food. Really, nobody should if somebody's preparing your food like that. But twos are extra sensitive with their digestive tract. And that water helps them to pass through whatever they consume. Twos cannot eat just anything, and they're usually very picky eaters. You ever seen those kind of eaters that don't want the peas to touch the carrots, to touch the mashed potatoes and the gravy? Those are number twos, or some people with twos in some capacity in their chart a lot of times, because They, if you take food and you just throw it on a plate and give it to a number two, they probably will not eat it. They'll be like, what the fuck is that? It has to look presentable and look in a way that they would want it for it to look, it has to look appetizing to them in their own mind. So they're very picky eaters. You'll find some little kids that are very picky eaters. A lot of times when children are picky eaters, in my opinion, it's mineral deficiency. However, if it's a number two child, it may not necessarily be mineral deficiency. It may just be they're a number two. They're sensitive. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Love you guys. Peace.